Hey, it's Kevin. Thank you so much for stopping by for the No BS social media chat. One of the things I've prided myself on over the years, well, okay, I mean, no BS kind of guy, common sense throughout the wazoo, and also well, a pretty logical person. And you would think being a logical person would be a good thing, especially in the modern world we live in. But when it comes to, well, I don't want to say everything but social media because there are a lot of exceptions, but when it comes to social media, being logical and applying logic isn't always a good thing. I always advise, go with the logic first, but don't be upset. Don't be just totally bamboozled by the fact that logic doesn't always work. Yeah, it's not always the best. It's not always the cream that rises to the top. Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes it's right place, right time. It's all those illogical things. And especially with social media, I do a lot with data. I do a lot with data collection. And there are things you would see, artist goes out, performs a big hit concert, you would expect the social media numbers to boost. But for some reason they went down. Well, there's no logic applied to it. And sometimes you don't necessarily know some of the variables that were involved, not necessarily with the concert, but just going on in the world that could have caused that. And these are the things I talk about with potential clients, and with clients, with friends, with fans, with followers all the time. Is this, I don't understand. Logically, this should happen. In the alphabet, B follows A, C follows B. That's logical. It always happens that way. But with social media, sometimes you got to throw the logic out the window and realize it's not always what it should be. You just have to kind of roll with the punches. The other day I was working with one of my accounts and we were paying attention to Klout scores. And we've not really talked about Klout, but Klout is a social media indicator, kind of shows what kind of clout you have on the internet. And one of the clients I've been working with, we've been putting their profiles together and doing everything, and well, everything was going good, and they've been solid out of a score of 100. They're in the mid 60s, which I'll be honest with you, I deal with a lot of people in the 30s and 40s because they're not consistent. So in the mid 60s, it was great. And they were running a score of 64 or 63, and it was pretty solid for a few months. And then all of a sudden, boom, something happened, don't know what, and they dropped into the 50s for a day. And oh my gosh, there was panic all around. The score came back up 2 days later. I went in and saw that one of their profiles had gotten disconnected. So all the scores from, and I want to say it was their Twitter account, all of a sudden just disappeared, which took their clout down. Well, it takes a little time for it to come back. 2 days later, boom, right back up to where they were. They haven't missed a beat. Well, they're upset because they've got this huge downward spike in their clout trending. There's no logic about it. It is what it is. It's a tool. Don't worry about it. Just accept it and move on. And I think it's what I struggle with every day. Again, a logical person. I look at things logically. If we do this, this, and this, the result should be this. And I talked about this before. I'm always one of those people when I plan for the best case scenario. I prepare for the worst case scenario, and I truly expect everything, every activity, every event, whatever it is, to fall somewhere in between. Every time I do one of these videos, I don't want it to have no views, but at the same time, I don't expect it to be a viral video. Every now and again, I might get a retweet from somebody with more popularity or more importance or more substance than me, and I get a nice spike, and that's great. But I pretty much know what the numbers are, and they're pretty slight, but I have them on enough platforms. I'm happy, and I'm happy with the results and what they've done to bring new clients and what they've done to help existing clients, and, well, I see the logic of it. But if I have a week where for some reason the video didn't resonate, for some reason people didn't get the email and their YouTube subscription or whatever it is, it goes down, I'm not getting upset. I'm not worrying about it. There are always variables, and you always have to just kind of keep the variables in the back of your mind. You have to understand that variables are going to happen. It's a part of social media, and more importantly, it's a part of technology. I think the one thing that I've taken away from working with technology for years is there is some logic that can be played into it. But at the end of the day, there are factors beyond your control. There are factors that you don't even know about, they're not even telling you about, that can change things. Facebook can go in and change a metric and not tell you until whether it's TechCrunch or Mashable or somebody comes up and indicates what happened. It's like silly people who decide they want to brick their iPhones, or they don't want to brick their iPhones, but they want to go back and look back in time, and they backdate them to 1970, and it bricks their iPhone because of some virus or because of some hack in them. Why would you want to do that in the first place? But again, people aren't necessarily always logical beings. I tend to be a little bit more logical, so maybe it drives me a little bit crazier. But again, I've run into enough people, run into enough potential clients, run into enough friends, and clients too for that matter recently, where we wanted to discuss logic. Again, what's the song in Frozen, Let It Go? Yeah, sometimes you just have to let logic go out the window and accept it's not going to necessarily fall your way. I know. You'll feel much happier, sleep much better, and just say, okay, it was just It's just a little riff, nothing major, and we can go on and get back to the logical thinking. Don't stop thinking logically, but don't let it drive you crazy. Don't let it cause you to lose sleep at night, because trust me, I've let it lose enough sleep for me and it's just not worth it. Back next week, another No BS social media chat. NoBSSocial.com, the website. Of course, you can find them there. Find them on YouTube. Find them a couple places on Facebook. We load them up. We get them ready for you. Again, I don't care where you watch. I'd love for you to watch every week, and more importantly, hey, tell a friend. Share the wealth. Share the knowledge, because the more we all talk, the better we're all going to be at this social media thing. Thanks so much. Have a great day. You want to get a hold of me? Contact info coming up here at the end of the screen. Thanks.